If your scalp is itchy, just go ahead and just tap, tap, tap. I know it sucks, it's inconvenient. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Susie, and if you're stepping by for the first time, hello and welcome. It's so good to have you here. And if you're already subscribed, thank you and welcome back. I wanted to stop by and talk about a few things that we shouldn't do to our hair before we relax our hair. I'm planning to relax my hair tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And I was just thinking about the things that I shouldn't do to my hair before I relax my hair. And I figured, why not go ahead and share with you guys, just because not everybody knows what we're supposed to do before we relax our hair. Things I'm going to share with you guys today are things that you should keep in mind if you have a lot of issues with your hair breaking during or after your relaxer, or if you get a lot of burns during your relaxers. So we want to make sure that we're taking care of our hair and we're doing the right things to our hair before we start to relax our hair. So a lot of us have a routine for a relaxer day, but your relaxer day doesn't really start the day you relax your hair. It starts, in my opinion, about a week or two before you relax your hair. Just like when you're taking an exam, right? Like you start to prep for your exam, hopefully a few weeks before, you take your exam. If you start to prep the day of the exam, it's more than likely that you won't get the grade that you're hoping to get. First thing you shouldn't do to your hair if you're going to relax your hair is bleach your hair. So I'm not a hairstylist, but I know that bleach and hair relaxers do not go, like, they don't work together. They don't exist on the same planet. If you have relaxed hair, there's no reason why you should be bleaching your hair. And if your hair is already relaxed, please do not bleach your hair. So that is just a lot of stress for your hair to go through. So you want to make sure that if your hair is relaxed or you're going to get a relaxer soon, just know that bleach is a no, no, no. Do not wash your hair at least 24 hours before you relax your hair. So when you wash your hair, you are massaging your scalp, you're cleansing your hair. So the relaxers put your hair through a lot of stress, and no matter how careful you are, you're going to have relaxer runoff, and that's when relaxer touches your already processed hair, and you will have relaxer touch your scalp, no matter how careful you are. The reason why you want to avoid washing your hair at least 24 hours before you relax your hair is one, so our hair has its own natural oils that start to build up, after we wash our hair. If your hair has those natural oils and your scalp has natural oils, that is going to help prevent the relaxer from processing your hair too much, as well as protect the relaxer from burning your scalp. So you want to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to cleanse your hair, or the manipulation, right? When you're washing your hair, you're massaging your scalp and you're pulling and tugging and whatever else, and blow drying, whatever else you're doing to your hair. All of that just applies a lot of stress to your hair and your scalp. It's more than likely that if you wash your hair right before you relax your hair, your scalp is too clean, or if your hair is too clean, it might process too fast, or let's say you put a lot of stress on your hair or scalp during the washing process, that's just going to cause your hair, it's just too much stress for your hair, and your scalp might burn and your hair might break or be damaged. Do not take your braids out and relax your hair right after. So a ton of us, we've had braids before, right? We've had single braids. We know that they're heavy. They're heavy and they pull our hair. They tug a little bit on our scalps, right? And then when we take those braids out, right, they take hours, right? And we're pulling our hair and we're combing our hair. That is just a lot for you to put your hair through all of that stress. Think of how much hair your hair sheds after you take out your braids, right? We have the gunk, the buildup, and we comb that through. There's a lot of shed hair. We're combing that through. We're combing and we're pulling our edges. We're pulling our hair. We're irritating our scalp, right? Imagine that your hair has gone through all of that stress. Your scalp is already irritated, and you go ahead and you put a harsh chemical onto your hair that's already fragile from all that stress. Your scalp that's already fragile from all that stress. That's just asking for trouble, right? We want to make sure that after you take out your braids, you go ahead and you do a deep condition to nourish your hair, to nourish your scalp. Go ahead and oil your scalp and just give your hair and your scalp time to recover from all of that stress before you go ahead and you relax your hair. So you want to make sure after you take your braids out, give yourself 2 weeks, right? I feel like 2 weeks is enough time for your hair to recover, for your scalp to recover before you go ahead and relax your hair. Again, if you don't want to have burns, you don't want to have a lot of hair breaking, that's what you should be doing. I used to braid my hair all the time. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, I will link it up in the cards. And I used to like braid my hair back to back and relax my hair back to back. And that's exactly why I'm at this point. My hair is this short. Like my hair used to be long. I didn't have the longest hair on planet Earth. My hair used to be very long and healthy until I started doing braids back to back and then doing relaxers between braids. And my hair just started breaking. It's not worth it. If you want to keep your braids, I wouldn't really recommend for you to have single braids if you have relaxed hair, especially not all the time. But if that's what you want to do, by all means, just make sure you're giving your hair a break from the braids before you relax your hair. Do not apply any oils that stimulate hair growth at least 1 week before you relax your hair. A lot of oils or treatments that help stimulate growth contain some sort of oil that promotes circulation, right? And like you can feel it tingling and it feels good, and like the blood flow is going, and like who knows if they're really working. But all of those oils or those products, they irritate your scalp, even if it's just a little bit, right? There's some irritation going on. That's how you feel the tingles and it feels good. It's not pain, right? But there's still a little bit of irritation going on. And then if you go ahead and add your relaxer to that, right? Your scalp is a little bit irritated. You go ahead and you add the relaxer to that. That's just asking for trouble, right? Because like I said, your scalp is already irritated. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself at least 1 week, right? Because the oils that you apply on your hair, they last for a couple of days. I know when I apply those oils, like I can still feel the tingles, 2 to 3 days after I apply it on my scalp. So you want to make sure that you are giving yourself time, you're giving your scalp a break from all of that irritation, all of that, just all of that before you go ahead and you apply your relaxer. This is just to make sure that once you apply the harsh chemical to your hair, which like I said, it will get on your scalp. This is just to make sure that, it won't cause, extra irritation. Another thing I should say is even with other oils, I know a lot of us are into our hair or scalp massages. We go ahead and we put the oils on our scalp and we turn over and we go ahead and we massage our scalp. You want to stop that, 1 week before you relax your hair. You want to make sure that your scalp does not have any, nothing is irritating your scalp. Nothing is nothing is doing anything painful or irritating to your scalp, just to make sure that you're not going to get any burns during your relaxer. Once you've relaxed your hair, I'd say maybe like a week or two after your relaxer, you can go back to doing your all massages. You can go back to doing all of your just your growth stimulators, just again to give your scalp time to recover from all of the stress that it goes through during the relaxer or during the relaxing process. This goes without saying, do not itch your scalp. We've talked about this with the braids and the washing. If your scalp is itchy, just go ahead and just tap, tap, tap. I know it sucks, it's inconvenient. I actually heard, this is funny, I heard that this woman was pregnant, right? She was about to have a baby. And I think she had braids or a wig or something. And her scalp was itchy and she's like hitting her head or tapping her head. And the white nurse was about to send her to not like a mental ward, but she thought she was having a mental breakdown. And then she luckily there was another black nurse who asked the white nurse what was going on. And she was like, don't you see the patient hitting her head? And she was like, girl, because her scalp is itchy. Anyways, short story to say, go ahead. If your scalp is itchy, just go ahead and just tap it. Do not itch it, because that's just going to irritate your scalp. And it's more than likely that if the relaxer touches those parts of your scalp, it's going to burn. I have been rocking U-part wigs this entire summer, and it's my protective style of choice. I really enjoy my U-part wigs. But I had to take it out, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, because it has the hair clips that when I put it in, it like brushes against my scalp. And I'm just like, I need to make sure that my scalp is free from any stress before I go ahead and relax my hair. So if you're wondering what is going on with my hair, I have this little braid here. This is my leave out, which is straight, and no matter how many times I braid it, it won't blend with the rest of the braids I had underneath my U-part wig. So if you're wondering like what does she have going on with her hair, that's what I have going on. And also like I've been trying to pin it, but I don't want to apply any stress on my hair, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. If it bothers anybody, I'm sorry. But back to the point, you want to make sure that you stop as much as possible protective styles at least 3 days before you relax your hair. A lot of the protective styles we use involves tension. No matter how we want to say the U-part wigs, the different wigs, the buns, the whatever, it does apply some tension because we're pulling, we're tugging in our hair. So I would recommend like 3 days before you relax your hair, if you can, just go ahead and stop the protective style and just let your hair just breathe and like just let your hair be free. Actually, like after taking my U-part wig, like I just feel like a lot lighter. Like my hair, it's just nice to have my own hair out. Even though I can't wait to put my U-part wig back on, but it's just really nice to know that nothing is pulling on my scalp or my hair, and my hair is stress free. And like it's just like in a good state before I go ahead and I relax my hair. Try to avoid any styles that would compromise your ends. Again, no matter how careful we are, we will have relaxer on other parts or already processed parts of our hair. So like when you're washing your hair, right? However you wash it, if you turn it over or you're doing it like this with your back against the sink, the relaxer will run off, right? And it will go to other parts of our hair. So you want to make sure that no parts of your hair have been compromised. And you could do this by like the bobby pins that are tight and like, clamp your hair, or like tight buns or whatever, which like could pull your ends. So you want to make sure that as much as possible, like I'm doing, just go ahead and let your hair, just let your hair be free. That way it's in a good shape. And it's not stressed out, right? Because when you add the relaxer on already stressed out hair, it's more than likely that your hair will break. I have a video showing you guys the steps I take to prep my hair. So the last wash day I do before I relax my hair, I'm also going to go ahead and link that for you guys, and you can check it out. It has really good information about the products or processes to take to prep your hair for your next relaxer. So I'm really excited about my next relaxer. I have a new relaxer I might be trying. My boyfriend is also going to help me. I did a few things to my hair that I think will really help my next relaxer. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Also, I'm going to get a trim. I'm just really excited. And I will definitely bring you guys along the process with me so you guys can see, you guys can just check out and see the process. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.